that's what we're to be, as it stands now by statute, needs to go through a vetting process and needs to be the product of a referendum of some sort through the community, if not a direct election, which is really more than I hope for in the near term.
700 homes are in jeopardy now.
Other comments? Other comments from members?
700 families are in jeopardy now.
Please have respect for the board members. We want to hear. The community board members trying to speak.
Respectful us?
Community board members.
Howard, we spoke with 5 members of the board being vetted. Why did you say that?
I meant vetted by the community through the election process.
You separated.
Certainly.
No, you separated. I think you made the assumption that I didn't have to also go through
David, you're not elected.
procedure by the state.
You were elected. David, you wouldn't run for election.
My apologies. David's position at one point, as I understand it, and correctly, derived from being president of RIOC.
15 years ago. 20 years
Yes.
ago.
And so,
If anybody got to go, David should go.
Yes.
David has served a long time and has served with energy and interest on the matters of the board, and as every director does, weigh the issues and make decisions in light of his best judgment. So I thank him for that, and I support him for that.
Thank you for doing that.
The fact that some members of the community, and myself included, question some of those decisions is another matter, but I don't doubt that he exercises judgment on those issues.
Well, we'll all find as we go forward, board members, that you have to make the best decision you can based on the conditions at the time and the choices. You know, we've been lucky so far in this board.
Right.
I spoke very highly of how pleased I was working with all of you. That we have never had to make a hard decision. We've never had to balance large sums of money one against the other. We've never seen the bankruptcy, which I had twice. We've had it easy so far. So I agree with you, Howard. I understand a lot of my decisions over 17 years have been unpopular.
Bring John to the bag.
And we're the best. That's Dave. I think we have to be very careful about talking about conflict of interest. He was very short the word with me. I hope that Sal has to vote on something that he can remove his interest from his voting, or remove himself from the voting if he can't remove his interest. We all have to face that situation from time to time too. When Eastwood when Urban America changed Eastwood to Roosevelt Landing, for instance, I had to stay completely away from the process because I didn't Eastwood. And so I relied on the Eastwood Building Committee to make the best deal they could for the people. When the Eastwood Building Committee said, well, we're satisfied that this is the best we can do, and I voted for it. That's how things happen. It's a serious matter as we go forward. Now, I've been on the board 17 years. I was appointed by Mario Cuomo, and I suspect very highly that Andrew Cuomo will kick me off. Fine. My appointment's up too. It's okay, because I know the job I've done here. The job isn't quite finished. One more major project to complete. I'll leave the island best thing that's needed. But in the meantime, I'll do the best I can for as long as I'm here. I'll tell this governor what I told his 4 predecessors. That as long as you think I can do a job for Roosevelt, I'll answer the call.
You should support democracy, David. Ferrari, your comments
Other comments?
I'd like to make a comment. I want to make it very clear to everybody that I've heard opinions, I've heard ideas, I've heard feelings. I respect everyone. Nothing has been said to me that got me upset or that I don't agree with. I agree with everything that's been said. Being here on the island and running the child school is my job. Is there a conflict there? No, there isn't.
You want
anything that involves the child child school, which is very minimal because we're funded by the state, I would recuse myself from anything that would directly affect the school, or even on a tangent, anything that I would recuse myself from that. My focus for being on the board is to really help this community become the garden of Eden that it deserves to be. There's so much promise. My focus was I'm working here. I'd love to improve the community. Having said all that, I will be in favor of anything that needs to be done, whether it's democracy, whether it's getting commitments from the government. I'm not here as a political favor. I'm here The only reason why I'm here is to represent this community. And one thing
that's not even fair. Y'all sat there, each last one of y'all spoke. Why don't y'all let that man talk? I sat here, listen, every last one of you. Let this man talk. Let's be respectful.
No, he doesn't respect.
We're all elected, sweetheart. We're all elected. Let's act like we're elected. Let that man talk.
Residents, you wanted him to speak before. Now he's speaking and you're not giving him the opportunity to speak. I think you should just be quiet, hear what he has to say, and then if you have some comment, maybe. But right now, for every one of you who got up earlier, well, why don't you answer it? Well, he's talking now. Let's see what he has to say. You don't have to agree with it.
Thank you. Having said everything, I said my comment is very simple. My focus, again, is to work here and to do whatever is best for the community at large. As far as the child school is concerned, we're getting funding from the state. So 90% of our projects are funded by the state. We're opening up this year with about 300 kids, and we're budgeting for less than that, which means there'll be an excess to help the school. So I'm not here asking that the board approve or the community approve any extension or any expansion. Anything we do, any capital project that we're involved with, will be self-funded. It's not something that I'm looking for. But what I am looking for is to create projects that the community can benefit from. Whether it's a fine arts center, whether it's a gym, whether it's a physical fitness center, whether it's a equestrian, any one of those, if they get approved, it will be more used by people that live here because you have more hours here and will be available. But if it doesn't mix or it doesn't make sense, fine, move on to the next thing. I'm not looking for, I want to make it very clear. I respect your opinions. Even when you raise your voice, I really respect what you're saying. And the passion you show, even not energizes me, because I'm passionate in what I do. And that's working with children and improving the quality of life. So having said that, we will continue the conversation at other times.
Get us
Thank you,
elected.
Mr. Ferrera.
Get us
With that being
established.
said, do we have any other comments from board members? Seeing none, I accept a motion